Guys, welcome to another reaction on this here BrBpTV. Be real, be positive television. We are back again for another vibrations, brothers and sisters. Tune in to that of which we must take place. I'm about Mr. Welcome to each and every one of you guys who tune into another vibrations. Guys, hopefully I'll be dropping 2 reactions today. So look out hopefully for the next one later on today, brothers and sisters. And of course, with that said, let us get into the vibrations for today. Now guys, you might be wondering, what on earth is this individual doing there? Well, he is here to talk about what the situation has gone on with Dominica. And of course, this is St. Vincent is actually one of the very few countries that did not receive any visa restrictions on themselves. Alright. So Ralph is speaking about the very thing that I spoke about long time ago, stating what would have happened. And he also indicated that sentiment right there. Take a listen.
Our flight is getting ready to leave, but before we go,
hold on, let me see if my volume is up there. Okay, put it up. Put it up.
Same Friday, our flight is getting ready to leave, but before we go, same Friday, I think we were waiting our flight when we got the news that the British government basically smashed, they brought down the hammer on the CBI program in Dominica. They said, look, from now on, Dominicans, anybody with a Dominican passport that's coming to Britain will have to have a visa.
From August.
That's from August. And they said,
but the
Dominica is not going to be
the only one.
Between now and the end of this year, we're asking everybody, basically everybody in the region,
St. Lucia, Grenada, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts, Nevis.
Everybody who does CGI,
selling the passport and selling citizenship.
Yeah.
Now, guys, before he continues right there, I must make mention that although Dominica's CBI program seems to have had the highest set of criminals that obtain not just diplomatic passports but our natural or normal passports, other Caribbean islands were also involved in that as well. I think Antigua as well, Grenada. You know, a few might slip past the cracks, you know, that's what I'm saying. But one of the things that I read yesterday was on the basis that you're talking about, you know, UK rejecting visas to a number of individuals. And yet still, when they reject the individuals, Dominica gave them the access to enter United Kingdom. So United Kingdom is saying, hey, it's like somebody have their house. And they're saying, you know what? I can give you access to my house. Come inside my house. You know, come. I invite you to come in. You come in and whatnot, right? They give Dominica that privilege. But the person, somebody else come in, and you say you don't want that person to come in your house. Okay? So A was allowed to come in. B, you don't want B to come inside your house. But because A coming in your house now, A saying, you know what? Don't worry about what I say, you know. I say I'm A. I get in privilege to come inside, so I'm going to bring you in. Even though I don't want B to come in my house, A saying to B, you can come inside this house even though A is not a house. So that is what is happening there. So I just had to point that out again. Alright. Play please.
Now this is something that you have long predicted.
Look, those who didn't see it and who wanted to base an economic strategy on that, like the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
No, Dominica too. The very Prime Minister uttered the words. Let me see if I can quote it properly. If not CBI, what else? That's what SKERRIT said. In a country that flows with sun, dear mommy, in the middle of the Caribbean, rich, fertile volcanic soil. And we have waters like Tower, even though we are not taking care of our waters. By the way, the waters are dwindling. They are dwindling down, brothers and sisters, in the next 10 to 15 years. If nothing is done, no dams have been created to at least bring forth some sort of substantial of water to, you know, replenish the area. If that does not happen, Dominica will end up going on a drought. You see how we predicted that? And I predicted that same thing too. I said it's not sustainable all the time before when they were promoting CBI. I said, guys, this cannot be sustainable. What if? What if so said, so done? And brothers and sisters, the what if was not caused by you, England, you know. The what if was caused by our very ministers of government or prime ministers. SKERRIT is the one responsible for it. Nobody else. Because the people that he most likely hired to give the privilege were the ones who were trying to initiate the CBI stuff and giving people passports. But it is you who hired them. It is fully your responsibility and your duty to take. SKERRIT caused that to happen. Our leaders are the ones doing this to the citizens, and they are supposed to be doing things for the citizens. Instead, we lost the Canadian visa on the Labour Party, by the way. We lost UK visa free travel under the Labour Party, under SKERRIT Party. Labour Party is different from SKERRIT Party. They gave back the Canadian visas to a number of countries. They rejected Dominica. The recent leader earlier this year or last year, they even extended the visa-free travel to Canada to a number of other additional countries. And they left out Dominica again. Why you think that is? You don't know? Oh, okay. All right.
They now get their comeuppance. You see how much your judgment, strategy on that, like the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They now get their comeuppance. You see how much your judgment is brought to bear. When I say this thing is not sustainable.
He's right, it's not sustainable, but on the basis of them using that as a criteria to bring in money to a country, selling the citizens' birthright. They're selling the citizens' birthright to foreign people for the sake of a few dollars. And right now, people don't even know how much money is being made. I heard from an individual stating, we're talking about the $4.3 billion missing, and the individual was saying we have to triple that. We have to triple that amount. They said some sort of, I don't know if it's Al Jazeera that coming back again to drop some more knowledge on the people or something. But the people cannot be wicked like this, man. To be allowing their leaders who's supposed to be, no matter for, why are we calling them leaders? To allow our servants to do what they need to be doing. I think the word leadership is having them crazy. They're not our leaders, brothers. They are not our leaders. They are our servants. We need to start calling them servants. Just like them preachers come in and say, I'm reverend this and reverend that. No, you are a servant to the people. Servant so and so. That's what they need to call them. But we like to put prestige on our names. I don't know if that's a human thing. We like to put prestige. You doctor, you're not even a real doctor. You don't go to no school to obtain no type of PhD or doctorate, but use doctor come in. But we not easy that place that I'm on. Anyways, let's continue.
You can't base your economic development on this. You can't finance your budget on these kinds of monies. Apart from the principle which I've always stated and the practicality, purely, if even those who could have been satisfied, which they are not in my view, because the highest office in the land is that of citizen, not for sale.
Yep, true.
The passport is the outward sign of the inward grace of citizenship, not for sale. The question of people telling me that you can check to see who these individuals are and so on, and you don't have the machinery to do it, and the volume you have to do to make money off of it, you're going to run into difficulties. And this thing was just a matter of time.
Yep.
It's not only the European, not only the British. The European Union Commission had a meeting with those same governments.
Within the OECS.
Within the OECS. And they have told them, look, we have come to tell you that's not a matter of if.
But when?
It's not a matter of.
Yeah, I saw that.
Happen. This thing is happening. It's when we are going to bring down the hammer, and the hammer is coming down shortly.
I did a reaction on that too, brothers. I did a reaction on that too. I don't have the full video. If you guys have the full video, send it for me. I did a reaction on that, brothers and sisters. We're talking about the same thing about dropping it, and people don't take heed. Instead, all government, boy, tell you, boy, government go to Africa, we boy, to extend the CBI program. Went to Africa to extend the CBI program. No, guys. That CBI business is a very debatable one, whether you should be selling the birthright of the citizens. America have it too. America have it for $500 to $1 million. You can Google it and see. They have a type of CBI program. They have something where you set up business, but you actually have to do things in the place. You can't tell me Dominica have it where you don't even have to set foot. I remember seeing one of the What do you call that them people are receiving the $5,000? The people who are pretty much initiating it or going out there to find people who want to buy passports, who want to find a second citizenship. I remember the individuals doing the ad stating that you don't even need to set foot in Dominica. Where are they doing that at? Brothers and sisters, no, like I said before, that CBI thing is a very debatable one. Should it be? Should you be able to sell the citizenship to other individuals out there? I think there should be a level of it. On the basis, this is what I think. I think if you are traveling all over the place and for some reason you are constantly coming to that country because you love it. You love it, you love the nature, you love the people, you love the acts, you love the vibes, you love the events, you love all these kind of things. And you're checking, boy, I want to build a home there. I want to have a little something there. You know, residence, get residential title or whatever. You stay there for 5 years and you say, okay, guys, I want to become a citizen. Then bow, you become a citizen. I think that's how it should be. You do not say, but let me stay at my home in wherever. You don't stay at your home wherever and say, boy, let me apply online for a citizenship. And then you getting it in the mail. You get in your passports and everything. By the way, guys, once you have a passport, apparently in Dominica, you can then come and vote. Man don't have to set foot in Dominica. When election come, they can just say, you know what? You know, I just feel like I feeling votish, man. I feeling votish. I feeling like a voter. I don't vote, man. Probably my country's election is in the next 3-4 years. Let me just come down and feel the vibe of elections and come and vote. I have a passport. I can come and vote. Yes, I can. I'm feeling votish. That is what is happening with. But people don't even have to set foot in Dominica and they buy passports. That is why I have a problem with it right there. And the voters themselves, people overseas coming and vote, and that is a whole other talala, brothers and sisters. But there's something else I want to show you guys right there. I think we have forgotten exactly why Dominica is what Dominica is. Okay? So let us take a listen to this uncle right there.
The Dominica flag was first hoisted on November 3rd, 1978, when the state gained independence from Great Britain. The flag consists of a circular emblem of red, bearing a
So he's gonna break down what the flag is, brothers and sisters. Breaking it down. Because it seems like people waving the flag just because the flag is colorful. We have a colorful flag, so yes, when we waving it, people go to see. But they don't understand what the stuff in the flag means. So let me help you out.
Parrot standing on a twig, encircled by 10 lime green stars. It is superimposed on 3 vertical and 3...
Brothers and sisters, I cannot continue that. I cannot continue that without talking about the parrot. We talking about the parrot is our national bird. Yet still the Prime Minister sold... It's alleged that the Prime Minister sold our birds to foreign entities. And some of the birds end up dying. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's 100%, but I heard that some of the birds died. Selling our birds, the national bird of Dominica, they're trying to sell everything. They're trying to sell everything, my brother. People come pick up our birds and go. That true or false? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that never happened. Maybe I was dreaming.
A circular emblem of red, bearing a Cicero parrot standing on a twig, encircled by 10 lime green stars. It is superimposed on 3 vertical and 3 horizontal stripes of yellow, black, and white, forming a triple-colored cross. The red central emblem is a symbol of the country's commitment to social justice.
The red emblem is a complete commitment to social justice. Guys, can we say in this day and age we have social justice? When we hear all kind of things, especially for individuals on radio stations, selling little girls things about they want to pay lollipop with their body. And they want to pay them as if it's prostitute. That day, brothers and sisters, as if it's prostitute. Thank God, I guess that girl had a father in her life and she checking. She not that easy. Things happening all over. Look right now, rampant in America about the nasty. Yes, Lord. Brothers and sisters, when I look at Dominica and then I go external, I see the same problem externally. It is a human problem, brothers and sisters, and a result of human problems in their own perversion to how they should be. Man basing their thing on how I feel. The perverted mind frames, brothers and sisters, they run rampant in society. Even now, the perverted people are in government. And they're trying to pass laws and do all kind of things. Just recently, they struck down the punishment for people who have been doing trafficking. They struck it down. You think that is protecting little ones by striking down the very thing that will punish people who are trafficking people? Let me continue. Sorry, guys. Social justice. Right there. Is that happening in Dominica? Can we see? Yet we waving flag. Social justice. Okay.
The Cicero parrot in the middle is the national bird of Dominica.
We sold it. We sold it like I said before. They sold it, brothers and sisters. What I know now? I don't know nothing. Anyways.
Symbolizes the flight toward greater heights.
Ha! The flight toward greater heights. Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago to now, have we been flying to greater heights? Remember back in the day, brothers and sisters, even when I went to the Saints, just the other day I went to the Saints, not just a few years ago I went to the Saints. Met a dude, where you guys from? Dominica? Hey man, I've been to Dominica. When I was a young guy, I went to do an operation in Dominica. That's what the man tell us. When last have you been to Dominica? Since he's never been back. He's been hearing all kinds of things about Dominica. He's not going there. Sister Ruth Parrot, taking flight to greater heights, brothers and sisters. Have we gone to greater heights? We have CBI, brothers and sisters. If not CBI, the Prime Minister himself stated that. Before it was CBI, brothers and sisters, it was taxing the citizens. Ian Douglas said, if not that, what else? As if we don't have agriculture. Even St. Vincent doing agriculture, selling dashing to Miami. Really? But if not CBI, if not VAT, taxing the citizens, you think they care about you? You think they care about you? Telling you, boy, tell you, boy. Let's continue.
The 10 lime green stars represents the 10 parishes of the country. The yellow, black, and white stripe symbolizes the Trinity of God.
Do we truly believe in God? I was hearing SKERRIT talk about, you know, God gave me this, God gave me that. But when I talk about the hindsight, when he was giving houses and he was stating about, you know, God gave and God taketh away when he was giving people houses, he wrote that in letters. Well, I don't know if it's he that wrote it, but it was in letter and it was signed by him. Alleged. It was allegedly signed by him. I don't know if somebody forged his handwriting or something. I don't know. But apparently it was signed, allegedly signed by him. And in the letter it marked, God gave and God taketh away. They give a scripture verse. So if he can take away houses from you, isn't that him calling himself God? I don't know. You guys can let me know. Seems like the people themselves worshipping him as if he's God. When man fear politicians more than they fear God, that is something else. Okay then. Anyways, Trinity.
Cross demonstrates belief in God. The yellow.
Do we believe in God really? Do we act as if we believe in God? People, it's only when bad things happen, when man want to say, oh, we believe in God. When bad things happen or somebody die, we believe in God. Yes, man.
Stripe represents the sunshine, the country's main agricultural produce.
Yes, Lord. Yes, don't even talk about that. SKERRIT told us the other day, and when I say us, Dominican people, he told the Dominican people that they're trying to go into agriculture and they will go to find the markets. That's what he said. Not me that said that, you know. He said that they were going to go find the markets. Have they found the markets? Apparently not. Because all the other Caribbean islands doing what they can in the agricultural base, within the agricultural prowess, for them to be able to do what they have to do. St. Vincent, Dominica mountains galore. We can plant dashi, we can plant everything. Brothers and sisters, we importing rice. When I asked the older folks what was happening with the rice, they tell me they used to make rice in Dominica. Dominica used to plant their own rice. Boy, hey.
Citrus and bananas, and also the Carib and Arawak people, who are the first inhabitants of the island. The white stripe represents the clarity of the rivers and waterfalls and the purity of aspiration of the people.
The purity and aspiration of the people. Which aspiration that to go and beg the government? I mean, brothers and sisters, it's not like I want to see these things now. But this is evident. This is objective reality. Objective reality that there is. That's why I wish is lying. I want to be lying. I never believe in my life. I want to be wrong and I want to be lying. I want to be lying about things, brothers and sisters, and say, boy, maybe it's me that have it wrong in my head, so I lied about it, or I'm confused. But it's exactly what I see. It's based on objective reality. Some people want to ignore it, but people like me, we can't ignore objective reality. That is my problem. I cannot ignore I see the things around me, that wall orange or whatnot. I cannot say the wall is purple. I can say the wall is purple with my mouth. But my mind will tell me, but you lied, hush your dirty mouth. That's what my brain will tell my mouth, to hush my dirty lying mouth. I want to be lying about those things. We talk about the rivers, brothers and sisters. Everywhere you go in Dominica, look at the Lai River. Look at where the Lai River was. Just look at the edge of the river, of the river bed. Just look at the edge of how high the river was. I remember I went to the Lai River before I left Dominica, and we went in the Lai River bathing and whatnot, and we went to a spot. We were looking at different spots for us to go where because there's a lot of people and stuff, and we're looking at the spots where we could go and bathe and stuff, and we ended up in a particular location. I think that's on the vlog, on Mr. Lick's vlogs, if you guys want to go check it out. Mayday Vibrations. We're looking at different places for us to go. We finally landed in an area. And I remember looking across, and we used to cliff jump from there. We used to cliff jump from that area on top there into the river. I remember I did it a few times too. Cliff jumping from there. Guys, if you do that now, you'll break your neck. The rivers are dying, and instead we try to do something about it. We're not doing nothing about it, brothers and sisters. So in about 10 to 15 years, the flag best they take out the river there. Best they take out the waterfalls. Look, I even here in Gadakan doing some kind of thing. Is Gadakan now one of them doing some kind of thing in the river that messing up the rivers? That messing up the rivers, and we're supposed to protect our rivers now. We pride ourselves to be the nature of the Caribbean. I don't know how we are the nature of the Caribbean. They know we have nice mountains. We can go up in the mountain and put a nice oxygen, 100% pure oxygen. But sooner or later that will go. Why? If you don't take care of what we have, brothers and sisters, it's very clear. It's evident in everything you do in life. If you do not take care of yourself, you will end up in problem. If you do not take care of your family, you will end up losing your family. If you don't take care of what you love doing, you will end up losing it. So apparently a number of persons or the government officials don't seem to love Dominica. They only utilize in Dominica. Remember when they had people by the river, they put a oil rig, a tar thing, making tar by the Lai River, me boy. They have a oil, dripping oil into the river. How you put in a oil factory or tarmac factory, whatever that is, brothers and sisters? How you put in that by a river? A river? And then you come and tell people where the nature of the Caribbean, when they pass in this in oil in the river, thank God the people of Lai stood up and said, no, enough is enough. I mean, do the people, just like when the individual spoke about the pothole in the road in Bayfront, and then he saw the pothole there, he checked him out, wait a while, it had tourists there, it had pothole there. So he go to the people involved in the road, in charge of the roads, and go and tell them, hey guys, have a pothole there. You know what the people told him? They tell him, thanks for telling us. This pothole has been there for 4 months. 4 months. That means they know it was there, and they were waiting for somebody to come and tell them, hey guys, we need to do something about that pothole. They know it was there, yet still they did nothing about it. So this is why when you have incompetent leaders in positions who care about what they can get, just like some of them police officers, they know what's going on, you know. I know they know what's going on. I speak to some of them, then I wouldn't rat them out. This is why they're speaking, they're telling me what's going on, brothers and sisters. They're telling me. So when I speak to some of them police officers, they know what's going on, but they don't care because they get nothing. They say the people don't care. Why should they care? I get my money, I get my benefits. So when I get older, at least I'll have my benefits and whatnot to at least survive in the natural Caribbean. If the people don't care, why should I care? And if the people don't care, why should the government care? Because the people do not hold the government accountable for the things that they do. They rely on the opposition. And when the opposition is telling the people, holding the government accountable for the things that they are doing or say that they would do but did not do, the people then fight in the opposition. But you human beings, you think something wrong with human beings, boy.
The black stripe represents the rich black soil of the island on which agriculture is based, as well as the country's African heritage. The general background of dark green symbolizes the rich forest and the general lushness of the island.
Well, guys, there you have it. I think the black soil also has, you know, black people and the history of where black people came from under slavery and whatnot, brothers and sisters. We living in modern day slavery. When the just like back in African days, brothers and sisters, before the white man came. Let me tell you something now. For folks who don't realize true history in Africa, well, there was a number of historical points you can go from. You can say, okay, we're going from slavery when the white man came and then brought the black people to America and to the West. You know, they stole the Bible from Africa and they brought it to the West, and then, you know, do different things. They made the created slave Bible to continue doing things to the black people and whatnot. But we can also point and go further back, where blacks were fighting against blacks, enslaving them, and then selling these black people that they enslaved to the white man when the white man came. The white man didn't know about slavery until they came to Africa. You know that? They did not know about these things. And then they brought it back to their place to enslave the poorer folks. Ignorance is truly bliss. But there's always a consequence to ignorance. Because the fool will always continue doing foolishness or saying foolishness when he doesn't know. And we can pinpoint and say where the blacks were elevating themselves. And let me tell you something, the blacks were elevating themselves for thousands of years. Slavery is just a recent thing, you know, guys. 19s, 18s and 19s, you know. That was a recent thing, you know. Before slavery and all those kind of things there was history, brothers and sisters, where blacks were elevating themselves. The people who taught the world what it is were the blacks and brown people. The original man was not black, by the way. He was brown. And of course, people will say, oh, because he brown. Well, he was orange, matter of fact. He was orange. How do I know this? I know a lot of things that I should know. Anyways, brothers and sisters, the original man was orange. As a result of moving different places within the sphere of the world, they either became blacker in their skin complexion or became whiter when they went to colder regions. That's why people like me, when we go certain places, our skin color changes. I wasn't like what I look like now, you know, brothers and sisters. I used to be a different color before I travel. It's interesting how it works out. So if you understand that realm, brothers and sisters, you understand deeper meanings and deeper understandings. So the blacks and the browns are the ones who developed the world, the Moors people, and before the Moors there was a group of other people who educated these people, of course in tune with spiritual entities as well. This is why the Egyptians learned how to do magic and all this kind of something there. Spiritual entities, aka the fallen ones. They were the fallen ones and they were the watchers. That's a whole other story right there, brothers and sisters. I will not get into that. But we need to learn. We need to learn. Because look back in slavery days when black man was trapping black man. That is happening in the present days. When the very people in Dominica are afraid to speak against the leaders for doing magie because they are fearful of being victimized. The very leader come and say to the citizens that the very people, the foreign individuals think they can just come and tell us what to do because we are smaller. He said that, but he's doing the very thing to the smaller people in the community. His very country. Interesting. The flip, so it has to be a human problem, brothers and sisters. A human problem void of the creator himself. When man has turned themselves to becoming the creator and believe they can rule things because they have been given certain precedents by the people who elect them to do things for themselves, who then lose their way. Both the leaders lost their way and the people lost their way. They don't know what's going on. They're just accepting what is. Can remind you of the people back in Africa. You asked me, there was a guy who made a comedian joke, and he said that black people are stronger. It's true. Black people are stronger than white people indeed. And he says it's remarkable how white people end up enslaving black people. You know why? Because human nature is not meant to be fighting like that. The human nature back then was a bit docile. They were more in tune with wisdom and trying to get understanding of how things were working. And even with that aspect, moving away from something interesting, when man has tried to move away from the God factor, they become reliant on themselves and trying to figure out certain things are working on their own. And when things go to utter chaos now, guess where? They run back to God. Human beings are very interesting. There was a whole thing about, I think it was New Orleans, when the disastrous hurricane came and wiped out New Orleans, brothers and sisters. Wipe out New Orleans. The people on the news were saying, but wait a while, where was God in all this? But initially New Orleans was pushing out of God. They was pushing schools out of, pushing God out of schools. And then when disaster strike, they asking, where was God in all of this? But all you didn't want him. Anyways, brothers and sisters, I will continue talking. Hopefully you get the whole vibrations right there, brothers and sisters. Hopefully tune in for another reaction on these vibrations today, a bit later on. Hopefully I can drop it for you guys right there and then. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come from. See you guys in the next reaction video. Boom bang.